This self-hypnosis session will allow you to create all the necessary changes inside of you so that you can experience great abundance, so that you can create the conditions necessary for you to make wealth happen in your experience. Only listen to this audio when you can safely relax with your eyes closed. Simply follow the sound of my voice and follow my instructions for the next few minutes until you start to count down, at which point you can really let go. So for now, find a comfortable position where you can just let your body relax, with your hands apart and your legs uncrossed. And if at any point you need to emerge from trance, you'll do so feeling refreshed and alert. But for now, you can just let go. Begin by concentrating on your breath. Take a few deep breaths, comfortably filling up your lungs. And with every exhalation, allow yourself to release any unnecessary tension. Notice that at the top of the inhalation, it doesn't require any effort to exhale. You can just let go. Feel into that effortless release, and feel into how you can apply that anywhere where there's tension inside. So you can scan your body from top to bottom. Notice where stress may have accumulated, and apply that effortless unwinding. And try to gauge from 0 to 100 how tense you may be in the moment, 100 being very stressed and tense, and 0 being perfectly at peace, fully relaxed. And whatever number you feel that you're at, notice whatever lets you notice that you're at that number. And bring your awareness there and feel if you can bring that effortless unwinding into that tension. Feel into the fact that relaxing is the opposite of making an effort. It's just letting go of tension. So it's the easiest thing. And simply paying attention inside, you can ask yourself, what state of being am I in right now? Just as a way to turn consciousness inwards. And for now, as you follow the sound of my voice, you can simply follow my instructions, bringing your awareness here and now, until eventually later when you start to count down, you can just let go and let your mind drift. But for now, just pay attention and follow the sound of my voice. And in a moment, I'll count up from 1 to 3. And at the number 3, you'll lift slightly just one of your fingers. Then I'll count from 3 to 1, and at the number 1, you'll let that finger drop back down. And when you do, simply instruct your deep inner mind to relax any unnecessary tension. 1, 2, 3, lifting one single finger just slightly. And 3, 2, 1, letting it go. And dropping deeper into that effortless release. And every single time that you listen to this audio and practice this effortless letting go, you can do so more deeply, simply by willing it. And as you follow the sound of my voice, that deep inner part of your mind can begin to guide you into a comfortable, natural state of trance. Knowing that trance is something natural, that your mind does frequently, sometimes without you even noticing. But for now, simply bring your attention to your eyes and just relax your eyes completely. Relax all the muscles in your eyelids. Relax all the muscles around your eyes. And just imagine what it would feel like if your eyes would feel tired and heavy, like after a long day. And just relax your eyes so much to the point that it becomes impossible to open them, because to open your eyes you'd have to remove the relaxation and reintroduce tension in the muscles. But for now, just let them relax even more deeply. And imagine that you can bring the best qualities of that relaxation to the top of your head and let them flow all throughout your body. Imagine waves of relaxation flowing through you effortlessly. And just imagine what it would feel if you were to feel twice as at ease, twice as relaxed, deeper and deeper. Just imagine what would be different in the way you felt, in the way you breathe. And with every exhalation, whether it's done consciously or automatically with the deep part of your mind, you can continue to unwind. Just release deeper. And at any point, if you notice any kind of tension inside, that's fine. Because your unconscious can let it relax as soon as it knows that it's alright to do so now. So in the same way as you can release tension from a muscle, you can relax your mind in the same way. So feel into what it might feel like to relax your mind much more deeply. And begin to very slowly, silently in your mind, count down backwards from 300, 299, and let those numbers go by more and more slowly. And take a few moments between every number to feel into that effortless releasing as you relax your mind and body more deeply. And with every number that goes by, simply release deeper until eventually you relax the numbers right out of your mind and they just disappear. But for now, as you continue to count down, you can imagine the sensation of drifting deeper, and your subconscious can remember the experience of going down on an elevator or comfortably diving underwater. Just imagine the sensation of drifting deeper until eventually your mind may forget to count and think of other things, and that's fine when it does. Just notice that you don't notice exactly when your mind drifts off and forgets to count, only when you notice that it has. And every time it does, you can drift deeper into trance. And there are so many different ways to experience trance. Sometimes it'll feel like a simple daydream, and sometimes you'll notice great shifts in your perceptions, in your modes of awareness. And sometimes you can let go so much that you just drift off completely, and that's fine. So it doesn't matter whether your conscious mind focuses in and concentrates now, or if it wanders and drifts. Either way, your deep subconscious mind hears what it needs to hear and integrates and remembers. And so you don't need to know what changes happen way down in your mind, so that you enter into a comfortable state of trance. In the same way as you don't need to know what happens in your muscles when you choose to move. You simply set the intention and it just happens. And likewise, you can just set the intention to enter into a comfortable trance. And that deep inner part of your mind takes care of it for you. So for now, you can just imagine yourself in the most relaxing place ever. Imagine yourself somewhere just for you, where you can just unwind. And maybe for you this is a beach, or a garden, or anywhere else. Every time you think of yourself in this very relaxing place, you can add in a few more details. Whether that's sensations, the feeling of the sun warming your skin, or a cool breeze, or whether it's sounds, waves on a shore or leaves in the wind. Keep adding a few more details to this place and notice what you most enjoy about it. And simply notice where inside you feel the most comfort, the most at ease. And imagine that that feeling of comfort could flow through you, comfortably cover you. And you don't need to know which parts of your mind create changes now so that you can go into trance deeply and easily. There are so many different parts to the mind that it's hardly possible to be aware of all of them at once. But you can simply let yourself become absorbed in the movements of your own mind. And as your perceptions naturally change and shift, taking all the time that you want to do so, let it all just slow down more and more, just like shifting gears inside, unwinding. And like anything else that you practice, the more often you choose to go into trance, it becomes easier and easier, and you can get more of a feeling for that shift in frequency that happens when you let it slow down. And you can reproduce that and make that shift happen inside effortlessly. But for now, you can just let your subconscious take care of it for you. And it brings you as deep into trance as it's best for you now. And sometimes you're aware when you go into trance. And sometimes trance is a shift in your awareness that you don't notice until after. But every time you go into trance, you find how easy it is to just release. And so when you take the time to go into a deep hypnotic trance, you can still hear everything I say, but there can be changes. Sometimes it feels like a subtle switch in your perceptions, in your awareness. And sometimes you can find yourself totally at ease in body and mind when you just allow yourself to let go. So you don't have to make any effort to try to think or stop thinking. Your deep inner mind takes you as deep into trance as it's best. And here, trance can happen almost automatically. So for now, if there was anything left of the numbers, you can just let them go. And I'll count backwards from 5 to 1. And with every number that I count, that deep part of your mind can take you deeper into trance. And imagine the sensation of drifting down deeper and deeper, unwinding, releasing. 5. And every time you go into trance, you access more and more all of the resources of the whole of your mind. You tap into all of the potential of the whole of your psyche, deep down inside. 4. Effortlessly releasing, deeper down, down deeper. Simply drifting, dropping, dreaming. 3. And that deep central part of your mind can help you navigate to that space between waking and sleeping. And the more often you choose to go into trance, the more you develop state control, the ability to define your own inner experience, so you can access that place way down inside, from where you create your own personal experience, and you become more and more free to create the changes you want so that you can feel better and better fundamentally. 2. Way down. Simply let go deeper. And when you go into trance, any sound that you hear doesn't bother you at all, but on the contrary allows you to notice how you can be even more relaxed inside by comparison. So every sound that you hear allows you to enter deeper into trance. And if at any point you need to emerge from trance, you can do so feeling refreshed and alert. But for now, you can just let go deeper. Way down. And 1. Deeper and deeper. And with every word that I say, and every sound that you hear, you can continue to just let go deeper. And you continue to discover new aspects of your mind and new ways to experience trance, comfortably, naturally. And every time you listen back to my voice and hear the word deeper, you can drift back into a deep state of trance where you can just let go, and where you can install new, favorable, positive beliefs in the back of your mind. They become a reference for you, more and more deeply, until eventually you find that you have a kind of sovereignty over your own inner experience. You find that you can experience a greater sense of personal mastery, because you have the innate ability to choose how you feel, as your feelings come from yourself. And the more you continue to discover how you can effectuate positive changes in your own experience, the more you can feel confident about your ability to do so. And so you apply this ability more and more to feel better and better fundamentally all throughout. And every time you go into trance, you discover more of your capability to recreate these changes and recreate yourself at will. You give the instruction to your deep inner mind to begin to create any necessary changes so that you experience abundance and create wealth. You don't need to know how this happens. It isn't necessary that you expect money to just show up. You can surprise yourself to realize that you create the opportunities to make it so that you feel a greater sense of ease, abundance, richness in your life. When you find it easier and easier to do the things that make you feel like you can get great amounts of money, and so you just do what it takes to make that happen. When you know that you're going to make lots of money, you can get excited about that, and your mind finds opportunities to boost your income in various ways. Suddenly, it becomes easy for you to see the opportunities inherent everywhere. You can use any experience to keep learning and growing and become more efficient. You start to find the silver lining and turn things in your favor when you interpret things in ways that make them more favorable to you. You continue to give yourself permission to make the best of your situation in any situation. You recognize that your filters define the way you'll experience things. So when you expect that you will be blessed with success, or you expect that everything that happens for you to advance and learn, or you expect that you will always have opportunities to accomplish what you yearn to accomplish, your psyche filters all information in that positive light, and so you interpret things in your favor. This makes it easier for you to step up in your game and be the best version of you, the version of you that can make your dreams come true. That deep inner part of your mind can make it so that Any letdowns from the past just fuel your hunger to move forward and motivate you to go for what you most want. You know deep down that mistakes are part of the path to great success. Knowing this, you embrace your full potential and keep moving forward. To do this, give yourself permission to make mistakes, forgive yourself, and know that it is possible for you to make it big, be truly successful. Any conditioning from the past that may have held you back can be re-scripted in your favor. You can change how you respond, and you can change what you expect from life, and thus you change your filters and what you allow in. Changes happen almost miraculously when you can harness the power of your unconscious mind. Erase the mistake of basing yourself just on past experiences. When you change the way you feel and think, when you continue to establish greater self-trust, you start to open yourself to new possibilities, and you can live a life of fulfillment and growth. Your tomorrows can be so much more enjoyable than yesterday's. Your future has new experiences of fulfillment in store for you, better than you could have imagined in the past. You recognize when you can take action towards stepping up and commit to what makes you advance toward your goals very rapidly, and it feels great. So when you find an opportunity to up-level and take action towards achieving your goals, you can maximize and act on that opportunity because you give yourself permission to go for what you most want. You can commit to your dreams, and it's enjoyable, fulfilling, nourishing. So when you find that the fear of feeling unfulfilled is greater than the fear of stepping up, you start to feel driven to act and make it happen so that you advance no matter what. Any avoidance you had toward discomfort is redirected toward what held you back. So where before there was avoidance, now you can feel a renewed sense of determination. Where if before you procrastinated, now you go forward with excitement and you feel motivated to accomplish great things. You let the passion within you express itself more and more. So when you give yourself permission to want what you want, when you know that it's going to make you feel more fulfilled and bring value to the world, you give yourself permission to get it done and manifest your vision. It becomes clear that you can build your influence and have a bigger impact on the world. You get a sense of great possibility when you allow yourself to step forward and begin to fulfill that great purpose that you feel called to achieve, to accomplish. And once you've got it now, you can really accomplish your greatest goals and get there. And every time you hear these suggestions repeated, they compound themselves in the back of your mind, becoming more and more of your reference, what you base yourself on. And all of the best suggestions from this audio become your truth insofar as you choose for it to be so. And so your mind finds the ways that you can feel safe, you can feel supported, whether that's by finding that you get access to great mentors or great information from various sources, and you continue to discover how you can apply what you learn in enjoyable, interesting ways. And you can thus continue to improve without reservation. You can release inhibitions from the past that no longer serve you. And you can expand your horizons, open yourself to new possibilities. And once you have a good amount of money, you find it easier to go forward and make things happen because you know how to invest in the right places. and make your money work for you. And so you grow tremendously, very efficiently, enjoyably. You continue to recognize the great possibilities and opportunities that open up before you. And you act on these more and more when you give yourself permission to feel more confident, feel more excited about what you can do. So when you find that you believe in yourself more and more, you believe in your ability to create abundance, to make it so that you have great amounts of money coming in, you naturally adopt the behaviors that make that so. And you do what's needed to make it so that you have more and more money. And so you can feel greater enjoyment, greater fulfillment. Your mind can create great positive changes in your mindset and in your beliefs. And so, as you simply reflect on what it would be like if you were to feel fundamentally at peace with yourself, simply contemplate the positive feelings that you could feel if you create the best circumstances in your life. Just imagine yourself in a situation where you've accomplished what you most want to accomplish. When you are extremely successful, and when that's the case, you create this experience for yourself. Notice the great feelings of satisfaction. When you create this great amount of success, when you give yourself permission to go for it and you make it big, you can feel a healthy sense of pride, an accomplishment, satisfaction. And when you feel really good with yourself, and when you feel really good with money overall, you manage your money and you manage your experience in a way that's most favorable, most harmonious with what you want. And so you experience true abundance. You experience a great sense of having, and this can allow you to feel a great sense of security, ease, comfort, and you thus create great experiences of enjoyment and pleasure in a way that's most harmonious, most favorable in the long run. And this allows you to bring up the parts of yourself that feel most confident. And oftentimes, in the past, we let circumstances and outside events determine how we felt inside. But now you can recognize that those feelings and those states came from you. And so if you choose to feel confident, and you choose to feel all of the best feelings you feel when you're extremely successful and extremely abundant and rich in the best ways, then you can carry those positive feelings with you into every aspect of your life. And then you naturally create the experiences that correspond to them. You tune into the experiences that reflect those positive feelings back to you and confirm them for you. And so all of the best feelings you can get when you create that great degree of success, you choose to focus on those good feelings more and more, amplify them, and make them more powerful in your life now, so that you feel better and better fundamentally. And so you make the decision way down inside to bust through your limits, break past the old inhibitions and limits that blocked you. Whatever blockages kept you from creating great wealth and great success become instantly resolved as they naturally fade away. And if the old conflicts in the past, based in anxiety and fear, brought you anything positive or beneficial, you can find those beneficial things in new, healthier ways, while allowing yourself to step up in life and make a great amount of money, and create a great amount of success. This happens beautifully, naturally. And so continue to explore what it feels like when you feel that great amount of enjoyment, satisfaction, all of the best feelings of that healthy appreciation, in all of the aspects of those positive feelings that you can have now become more and more of your baseline, your reference, and they grow in your awareness. And when it's the case for you that you feel that deep-seated sense of acceptance and gratitude and enjoyment, you can direct that towards your very being, towards what's most deep inside of you. And thus you can feel relaxed about who you are. And every time you hear these positive suggestions, they compound themselves more and more powerfully in the back of your mind. And that deep inner part of your mind can use all of these best suggestions and plant them like seeds in the back of your mind. And they continue to grow until they flower and flourish and bear fruit. And they create positive cycles inside of yourself that reinforce themselves more and more, so that you create a life of abundance, of wealth, of fulfillment, satisfaction, enjoyment, and great pleasure, because you're allowed to do so. You give yourself permission, and you deserve to. So you can continue to explore in the days and the weeks to come how it feels when you recognize that you deserve to experience wealth. You fundamentally believe that you deserve to create abundance and to experience that great enjoyment. That becomes your absolute truth. And so you give yourself permission to make that happen. And you can know that that person you see when you look in the mirror, that person is a person who is worthy of those great experiences, of that fulfillment, that enjoyment. And that person you see in the mirror is a person who is loving and who is loved. And the more you place your belief and your confidence in that person in the mirror, the more that person can accomplish great things and reach the success that it most wants to. And it becomes more and more natural and easy to create that success. You gradually, naturally now feel better fundamentally. You feel more secure with yourself, with finances, and overall. And when you allow yourself to feel safe, secure, and at ease way down inside, you act from a place of power. And you act from a place of already having, when you base yourself on the positive feelings that you can have when you create success. Even in your dreams at night, whether you remember them or not, you can see yourself as the most successful version of you. You can see yourself as the version of you that creates great wealth, great fulfillment. And this reflects itself in your daily life more and more. And now, in a moment, as I count up from 1 to 5, you can whether either transition into a deep, restful sleep or into a state that's wide awake and energized, whatever you had intended before going into trance. 1. And that deep inner part of your mind can cycle these positive beliefs and make them reinforce themselves and become more and more of your reference. 2. And feel the presence of your awareness here and now as you observe your inner experience and observe your breath. Observe the act of observing it. 3. And imagine that you can fill your body with the presence of your awareness, like a hand in a glove. 4. Fully present here and now, ready to transition fully into a state that's fully energized and ready to make the most of the rest of your day, or to transition into a deep, restful sleep where you can continue to integrate these positive beliefs. And 5. And whenever you like, if you haven't yet, you can open your eyes and feel good.